my brilliant providers. I'm Marinda Nelson. I help providers go from bored and burned out. How many of you are bored and burned out, struggling to find what it is that you came to be a provider to be, looking for what it is that you know is possible, to doing what you love? And I see so many start with, what do you love? I remember I was at a deep spiritual conference, and Don Miguel Ruiz, the author of The Four Agreements, the spiritual teacher, said over and over in his way, what do you love? What do you love? What do you love? And by the end of that time of him asking that question over and over and over, I realized I had no clue. I was sobbing. I felt defeated and deflated. And it became my new mission. What do I love? And so I want to talk today about what I realized on my personal journey, but also through working with providers over the years, finding what do you love? So there are 7 core mindset upgrades I'm going to talk about today that help us get to the place where we can even allow ourselves to tell ourselves what we love. Your brain is this incredible filtering mechanism that if you don't think you can do it, or if you don't think somebody will like it, or if you don't think it's a safe thing, you're not even going to bring that desire into your awareness. And it is through these questions and these mindset upgrades that I'm going to talk about today that we can open ourselves up to even begin to clarify what it is you love. Then, once you realize what your desire is, you can take steps toward that. And that decision making process becomes so much easier. And doing what you love and opening to opportunities and choosing those next steps becomes so much more clear. Now, I talk a lot about leadership training. Once you embrace all of who you are, all of what you love, and you begin creating that you're going to have people that want to join you on your mission and in your vision, and you're going to be bringing people along. You're going to be developing this new practice, this new way of practicing, and people are going to join your team and you're going to bring your team with you. And that is the leadership, right? Empowering and unifying your team toward a common goal is how I define leadership. Yes, I speak a lot to leadership, and it's because you are creating something new that you become a leader. So many of my leaders are reluctant leaders. You just want to be the provider that you want to be, but you end up creating this whole new way of doing things that you're not seeing done out there. This is my pre leadership program called the Core Collection. This is work that people do over years. This is years of work compressed into an accelerated program. These mindset upgrades, instead of peeling the onion from the outside in, we go straight to these core concepts to help you unlock those truths, to help you see those beliefs that are blocking you from even truly seeing what it is that you desire. Once you see what it is that you truly desire, once you own those desires, once you know that you have your own back, once you trust you to bring that into being, and this is the foundation that we build in that program, and I'm going to introduce you to today. These are the core mindset upgrades required to have the courage, to have the tenacity, to have that confidence, to have that comfort deep within you to say, yes, I commit to me. Yes, I commit to my desires to say, hey, I'm creating this thing. Are you ready? Let's go. Say hello, all of you. I want to know, what are you thinking? What are you experiencing? Are you bored and burned out? Is this something you're hearing amongst your colleagues? Is this something you'd love to overcome? What is it you think that you desire? What is it you think that you love? Do you even know? Are you like I was, where you don't know what you love? You don't know what you want. You just know that you want something different than you're experiencing now. You know that this boring and burnt out is not for you. And so these are the 7 core mindset upgrades to help you answer those questions, to get to a place where you can see the opportunities available to you, see the options available to you, step out of establishment, step out of this is the way it's done to create what you desire and be able to do what you love. So, the first one is realizing the impact that you have in your own world. You are the one living this experience. You are the one in the center of your life. You are the one that makes the choices, that makes the phone call, that posts the post, that connects with the person in the Starbucks line, that goes to that networking event that you never do, but you did today, that volunteers for that thing, that shows up for that thing, that writes that thing, that speaks to that patient, that covers that shift. You are the one that follows your intuition. You are the one that makes your dreams come true. Number 2 is developing empowered and authentic relationships. And this is the first of the programs in the core collection, Foundations of Empowered and Authentic Relationships. The core mindset upgrade here is realizing, and once we get this to our core, our whole world changes. You are not responsible for anyone else's well being, and they are not responsible for yours. This releases codependency at its core. It allows you to simply enjoy the company of those around you. This opens you up then to be this outpouring, generous, serving from your overflow provider that is a resource on your patient's journey. This is a change in your life, in your career, in any partnership you have, in any relationship that you have. This is the foundation of taking your power back. You hear that all the time, but this is realizing that you meet your needs and they meet theirs. They are responsible for keeping themselves comfortable, and you are responsible for yours. This is a huge concept that people will spend their entire lives teaching and working on. And this is something that we get to so quickly. Now, yes, this is going to take conditioning that you've had and stories that you've believed and understandings that you've had and looking at it in a whole new way. This is going to shift so many things for you. Will they be all comfortable on the surface? No. Is this deep freedom and comfort? Yes. Okay. You meet your needs. Now, is this saying you have to do everything alone? No. But then saying that that patient is not responsible for meeting your metrics. That patient is not responsible for validating your worth as a provider. And you are not responsible for their healthcare journey, for making it look a certain way. You are not victor or victim. They are not victor or victim. You are a resource on their healthcare journey. Okay. Once you get that in your core, your entire world as a provider will shift. Burnout's gone. Burnout's gone. We can get rid of burnout. Okay. Here's the thing. Number three, you support you fully. Yes, this sounds selfish as hell. And yes, it is. But how many people have you been supporting? Your parents, validation as parents. Yeah, my daughter's a doctor, a physical therapist, what a partner, my mentor, my senior provider. How much do you shrink yourself to help them feel self important? How much do you defer to that more experienced provider because you don't want to step on their toes and you don't want to hurt their feelings and you don't want to be the bitch and you don't want to, but they're wrong. They're not great. You don't really agree with the thing they say. How many people have you been supporting? And imagine if you took some of that weight off of your shoulders and you supported you living your mission and creating your impact in the world and doing what you love. People worry that it sounds so selfish, but you forget how generous and how caring and how compassionate you are. And if you pulled some of that energy back in to be able to fill your cup and then serve from your overflow, how generous, how gracious, how incredible your impact in the world could be. I had a writer come to me one time and she had this incredible story to share, but she was worried about what an uncle might think about it. And so she was waiting until her uncle passed away. She kept thinking that she had writer's block and she kept thinking that she wasn't expressive enough or that she wasn't creative enough or that she was a procrastinator, but she was supporting him. But this was this powerful story that so many lives could be impacted by. You support you fully. And that means you get to serve the causes you love. And that means that you get to work with the patients that you love. What does supporting you fully look like? Now, yes, it might be a house and it might be a car and it might be trips and it might be all of those things, but it might also be mission work. And it might also mean that your patients feel heard and respected. And that matters. And you get to bring that into being. Number four, systems and structures are there to support you, not constrict you. Systems and structures are there to support you, not constrict you. In our insecurities, in our not good enough, we see structures as confining. Once we can step out and above that, we realize that they are there to support us and that there are so many options and so many systems and structures available that instead of our confinement, they become our support. This is your EMR. This is the hours of your clinic. This is how you schedule. This is how you code. This is how you do time off for your staff. This is how you deal with insurances or not. This is financial flow. This is oh man, this is social media to get your word out and your impact out and bring your clients to you. I specialize in working with providers in the central US. And they often struggle with, well, there's only 300 people in my town, or there's only 3,000 people, or only 30,000 people in my town. But you forget in these rural communities that people have highway systems, that they are willing to travel, that they are willing to do telehealth, that they are willing to get labs done somewhere and then see a provider somewhere else, that they are willing to use this network and this system to support them seeing you. Okay. There are systems and structures available to support you and your dreams. And I want to stop here really quick because people say, well, how does this free me up to owning what I love and to admitting what I desire and to committing to my desires and to allowing myself to see my desires? Because if somebody says, well, I need them to approve of me or to respect me or to think that I'm smart enough or to think that I'm professional enough to refer to me, or else I don't have a business. But that way of practicing, that way of showing up isn't authentic to you, then you're not going to allow yourself to see what's authentic to you. But when you realize that you are the one that fulfills your desires, when you realize that you are the ones that support you fully, when you realize that there are systems and structures to support you, then you can truly own those desires. When you haven't filtered it out because what will so and so think, and you haven't filtered it out because it's too expensive and it will never work. When you allow yourself to see these possibilities, then those dreams and that what I love can begin to come to you. When you unravel yourself from that web of approval and validation, knowing that you've got your back, you are at impact in your life, knowing that you make your dreams come true, you are willing to lead, then what they think needs not matter anymore because you will find somebody that does. So, yes, I'm a leadership trainer, but really the foundation is helping you go from bored and burned out to doing what you love. But doing what you would love as a provider is going to bring you into leadership. Okay. So leadership does come with responsibility. It can come with imposter syndrome. It can come with all of these other stories and beliefs to unravel. But once we get this pre leadership stuff down, once you go through the core collection and you upgrade these mindset beliefs, it really opens this world and leadership becomes this natural extension of doing what you love. Okay. So to continue, you get to be cherished, loved, and respected for all of who you are. Now, those of you that have followed me for any time know that I say who you are not supposed to be is your specialty. Okay. You'll get to be cherished, loved, and respected for all of who you are. All of it. All of it. That you think that you're not supposed to be, that you have caged and locked away in a cellar to never be seen, that is part of the strength that is there to support you. That is part of your specialty. You to be cherished, loved, and respected for all of who you are. You have embraced all of who you are and are willing to show up. This is who I am. And not in a defiance, overcompensated, a simple, comfortable, calm, confident. Here I am. But it begins with you owning all of who you are, saying, yes, I choose which of the versions of me, of the many facets of me, I give energy to in any given moment. I have provided for and protect a space for my values, my dreams, and my full expression, which means how you choose to speak, what you choose to wear, and how you choose to practice. You provide for and protect the space for that to be. You make your dreams come true, you see. It begins with you. You know you got this. Then you can begin to own your desires. And it is in those moments that you make the micro choices time after time after time after time that add up to the big jumps and the big leaps and to doing what you love. So, my brilliant healthcare providers, you get to do what you love. You get to be the caring and compassionate provider that you want to be. You get to have the authentic, fun and fulfilling, prosperous and profitable practice of your dreams. Be brilliant. I'll see you soon.